Hi, I'm Mr. Halterman. I am the assistant principal at Heritage Academy in Maricopa. And if you're watching this video, you're one of my future 6th, 7th, or 8th grade scholars. This video is kind of to give some direction to my middle schoolers who are going to be with us next year. High schoolers, if you're part of the same family as the middle schoolers, your video is coming later. Anyways, right now, again, pay attention if you're 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. I might look around, I'm looking at my computer behind me, I'm looking at some notes here. I'm not trying to ignore you, I'm also trying to remember to stare at the little screen right there and not over here off the side. Anyways, this is meant to give you some direction as you begin the process of filling out your course request form online. You may have noticed the language that was there on the web page where you found the link to this video. We usually do this in person. There's usually an orientation meeting where we get to sit down and talk and you get to ask questions. And unfortunately, we just can't do that right now. So we're going to do the best we can. We move forward, and we'll get through it together. As you look at, you've clicked on the link for your course request form. And again, you should be on the 6th grade if you're 6th grade, 7th grade if you're going into 7th grade, 8th grade if you're going into 8th grade. And they're going to be just a little bit different, particularly between the 6th and 7th grade and then the 8th grade. You'll see why in a moment, but please pay attention. This does tend to confuse people, and I think that sometimes it's because they rush. Don't rush. Just take your time, think about it. There's also a template. There's a link to a template just above my head here where you can get this template that'll help you kind of visualize your schedule. What you're trying to do is kind of plan and request a schedule for an entire year, one semester at a time. So you'll have a semester 1 and a semester 2, and what you want to realize is that you'll have some general academic core classes. So for example, history and English and science and math. And if you're 6th and 7th grade, you'll be doing, 6th grade does Intro to Latin, 7th grade does Latin 1, 8th grade does Latin 2. Unless you're a brand new 8th grader, then you should still do Latin 1. But you're trying to kind of plan for both semesters. And so those classes, the core classes will be all year long, both semesters. And as you look at the template, you'll see them that way. They're both semesters. But as you get, also 6th and 7th grade, you're required. You must have a music and a fitness class all year long. And so you'll pick the music class, and if you pick beginning band in, for first semester, it's beginning band the entire year. If you pick, women's choir the first semester, it's the entire year. Now, fitness is a little bit different. You can pick the same fitness class all year. I've got many scholars that just do fitness, just a fitness class all year. But I have many athletes that want to do flag football in the fall and baseball in the spring. That's totally fine. You pick flag football for your semester 1, and you just basically choose those. As long as you have your classes through the entire year, both semesters, you're fine. But hopefully as you move forward, what I'm saying will make a bit more sense. Just kind of as a heads up, when we get to electives, people tend to get a little bit confused because you will see the same classes for your electives, or some of the same classes, as you did for your music and your fitness requirements, your fine arts requirements. That's because they are both. As long as you have a music all year long and a fitness all year long, then you have another class that you can just kind of pick what you want. And it can be another music, it could be another fitness, it could be another sport, it could be another art class. So you will see some duplication here, both in the information that's presented and also in some of the instructions. But again, that's just intended to kind of get you to keep in mind that this is it's not meant to be a really difficult process. It's just kind of, I don't know, anyways, just work with it, give it a chance. Let me take a minute, look over your shoulder here. I just want to make sure I'm not missing anything important. Just something about 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. Generally, we put you into an at grade level math class. For 6th grade, that's just 6th grade math. For 7th grade, it's general math, and for 8th grade, it's pre-algebra. We always have students that feel like their math abilities are higher than what our math classes might be, and we are willing to explore that possibility. We found that not all schools teach math the same way that we do, and so sometimes you might come in thinking, yeah, I can do that algebra class, Mr. Halterman, and then you can't even pass pre-algebra. And so if you're interested in exploring higher level math class, then that's something we have to work out through the math department and have you take a test and see where you're really at. So for right now, don't panic if you can't get the math class you think you want. Just pick the one where you're supposed to be. Still 7th grade is general math, unless you have a transcript that shows you've already taken a class. Then we can think about moving you up. But again, it's going to come down to your proficiency level, because there's nothing worse than going into a math class where it's really hard or really easy. You want to be challenged, right? Okay. Anyways, I think that's it for now. I'm going to turn you loose, and I will see you a little bit later on in the process when we start talking about electives.